I just replaced the heater core line going from the water pump right there back there to the heater core. The one on the left hand side there was leaking some coolant, dripping off the leaf spring. It was getting worse with the cold weather. So pretty straightforward job. Let me show you what I did. First of all, I opened the drain on the radiator. Then if you open the lid on the degas bottle up above, it flows faster. After that was drained down past the level of the hose, I shut the valve and then began by removing the heater hose from the top of the water pump. Loosen the radiator hose clamp, and then I used a pair of gooseneck pliers to loosen the hose from the metal fitting. After it was off the water pump, it spilled a little bit of excess coolant that was sitting there. I placed the hose aside and then used a pair of pipe cutters to cut the heater hose line that I was removing closer back to the heater core nipple on the back of the firewall. This made it easier to maneuver it and get it disconnected from that metal fitting. After I removed the cut hose, then I was able to reach back and remove the quick connect. This is what we're dealing with here. We've got this little plastic piece that goes on the metal nipple back there. That's a quick connect, like so. So you have to push in the sides like that to take these barbs right here out of the sides of the female fitting. There's hardly any space at all to work in there. So I'm reaching in with 2 fingers, barely touching the pieces. You push it towards the firewall to take the pressure off. Push in on these 2 little tabs here, and then it pulls off with a good little tug. So now we just got to put the new one on. First of all, we've got to take the white piece that's on that existing pipe off. That should be pretty straightforward to do. I'm going to clean up that little fitting in there. Make sure that the O-ring came off. Let's see. Yep, the O-ring on this one came off. It has a hard O-ring. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I'm going to just snap it right here. See? That's why it's leaking. Look at that. Just crumbled. After using a pair of dikes to snip the plastic clip from the metal nipple on the heater core exchange, I was able to get it off and then proceed to putting the new hose on. Temporarily install the hose onto the top of the water pump and route the hose back to the firewall. After you get everything routed where it needs to be, the fitting just pushes onto the heater nipple and give it a little tug to make sure it's on there. Then there's a couple clips on the top of the valve covers that you can just push the hose into and push it onto the receiver on top of the water pump and slide the radiator hose clamp down and tighten it down good and snug. After that, all you have to do is refill the radiator degas bottle with coolant and you're good to go.